Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. My name is Elise and as the channel name suggests, we do crafts. Today what I'm going to be doing is a WIP and chat. What that means is work in progress. Currently working in a diamond painting here and we're going to chat for the next hour or so. So we're going to sit down like friends and have a good chat. I'm going to tell you about what's been happening in my life, what's been happening with craft lately, and it's just going to be like my friends. So before we get started, I will go through what I am working on. This is upside down, you might be able to tell. Sorry if that's making you feel like weird or whatever. By the way it looks, it's just easier for me to work on this canvas upside down. It is quite large and I'm at the top section. So this is called The Messenger by Christopher Lovell. It is from Diamond Art Club and it is 69.9 centimeters widthways and 98.8 centimeters heightways, which is 27.6 by 39 inches. It is 15 colours, including one fairy dust drill, and it has a total of 111,557 drills. It is $143, or it was today, on the Diamond Art Club website, but it is currently out of stock. And yeah, that price might change depending on exchange rates and things like that. I think I might have paid like $2 less when I bought it. Yeah, so this is, sorry, before I start chatting at you, I'll tell you also what's in front of me here. So this is the tray that I use and it's basically just full of bits and pieces. So you can see I've got like extra putty here, I've got like these plastic bits of my cover sheet, I've got extra drills, scissors, and yeah, just extra little bits and pieces. I've got this little hand that I like to use to scoop out drills if I don't need many, so you might see me using this actually through the WIP and chat. Yeah, so I'll just pop that to the side for now. This is the main stuff I'm going to be using. So first off, I've got this pen here. This is hand turned by Donna Bass pens. I can't remember where I got the blank. I think I might have got this from maybe either Castaway Creations or Unbelievable Blanks. I would have probably ordered off Donna's Facebook page in one of the blank drops. Very pretty here. I have a 12 placer from Diamond Art Club in the end on this to multi-place with. You're going to see me struggle throughout. I only got this a couple of weeks ago and I've only just started using it and it's actually taking a bit of practice to use. And then on the other side I've just got a basic, you get these in every kit basically, a single placer. In my single placer I'm using the hard and sticky wax from Creativity Squirrel. You can find that on Etsy. And I will fill up before I start. So you just scrape it in there and just take a bit. This little bit goes a long way with this stuff, and yeah, and then once I do that I just sort of flatten it out. On this side here is putty from Puttylicious. This is called Emerald Veil. It was a D-stash putty, so you probably can't get it anymore. It looks pretty cool actually. I'll show you guys what it looks like. And it smells sort of like a citrusy sort of scent. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. It's all swirly, grey and white. Have a little smell while I'm there. And This one you can find over on Facebook as well. You just look up Puddylicious. The shop is from New Zealand. It took about a week to get here or something. It was pretty reasonable. Lots of different scents from there. I've got my Diamond Art Club tweezers. I just got these free in a kit, and the squishy free in a kit as well, and they used to do that. This washi tape I think is just from Kmart or the Reject Shop. I thought it matched. It's like out of all of my collection it matched. I've got this, I'm using this coffin here as, it's just a plastic coffin. I'm using it as a trash tray. I am going to put a magnet on the back and make this into a trash minder, but yeah. And then I've got my tray here. This is the extra large tray from Pixel Pages in satin red or cherry red or something. It's a 3D printed tray. I did unbox this one on my channel previously, and this is the first canvas I've used this on. Then I've got this little guy here to keep me company, this little cover minder from Lexi Lou's. I did a unboxing, my last video was actually an unboxing from this company, and I loved all my goodies from there, but I don't really use cover minders. I don't have much use for them, not with the Diamond Art Club perforated cover sheets, but it's still nice to have a little thing here. And today I'm drinking, I've got a Shiraz because it's in the evening, and I'm having Irish stew for dinner, and I thought it would be very nice with my dinner, so I'm going to be sipping on some wine while I chat. So welcome back if you're watching again, or welcome. It's been about 2 weeks since my last WIP Chat, and sorry I've been gone so long. I've been trying to do this weekly, but I'm just not really getting there lately. I've had some internet issues actually since I last chatted with you guys, and I've actually had quite a few videos that I'd already filmed and edited or whatnot, and I wasn't able to upload them because I just didn't have the connection for it. So I'm back. I thought, so today's Tuesday, I think it's the 23rd of June. Yes, it's the 23rd of June. So I'm just trying to think of where I left off with my last WIP Chat. Yeah, so tomorrow, I'll probably post this tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday, which is usually WIP Wednesday, and I might try to keep my WIPs to a Wednesday, because who doesn't like that WIP Wednesday? It's easy to remember. And Tuesdays are probably like going to be one of the easiest days for me to film. So since my last video where I was telling you what I was up to, basically did the stuff that I said I was going to do. So on that Friday night, I did end up going to see Chat Pile in the city, and stayed in the city, and that was a really fun night out. I had like 2 dinners and went to a bunch of different places outside of the gig. So Chat Pile, they're like a noise sludge rock band from Oklahoma. They were supported by Beast Wars, who I had never heard before, and they were like a sludge doom band. They sounded really, really good too. Chat Pile were amazing. They sounded just like the studio recordings. Yeah, their sound was just incredible. I didn't know until like I was out eating my first dinner that the first support act was Bentham's Head. I had seen them. Their band actually supported one of my friends, well, two of my friends' bands, down in Mornington one night, and I thought they were really, really cool. And yeah, I was a bit, so I missed them, which was a bit disappointing because I would have liked to have seen them, but anyway, sorry guys, I get to see you guys. But yeah, I really enjoyed them at my friend's gig as well. So that was a good night. I ended up going to Fortress for a little bit after the gig. I tried snow fries, which was really cool. Yeah, if you like cheese and you like fries and you get the chance to eat snow fries, definitely go for it. It's really tasty. It's like just, you know, regular fries, but it's got like this really finely grated or powdered almost cheese on top, and it's so tasty. So I keep thinking about it, but I will be going back into the city in 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. So hopefully can like get myself some snow fries when I go back there. My son, he's turning 7 and he wants to go to Fortress for his birthday. He's 8. Sorry, he's turning 8. He's 7 now, so he wants to go to Fortress, and Fortress is really cool. It's like a bistro bar kind of place. Let me just fix my lighting just 1 sec. That's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bistro bar place, and in the city, it's got, but it's not just that, like it's medieval theme, and it's got an arcade. It's got board games for free that you can just like use at your table. So it's got a library of board games. There's like space you can hire. There's rooms that are like set up really cool, that you can hire for streaming. And there's PC hire as well for gaming. They do like social, like, you know, like groups, like where you can learn Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if they teach Magic the Gathering, but there was a Magic tournament there when we went, which was really cool. I love a bit of Magic, and yeah, and it's just really cool. It's like I don't know, it's like one of my favorite places to go when we go to the city. So that was last weekend, or not last weekend, the weekend before. And then last weekend, we just had my son's basketball. He played really, really well. They won, and it was a sweet victory because a couple of seasons ago he was the youngest on the team, and his team basically formed another team in under 10s without him, said no, he couldn't play. And so because they've been upgraded to A/B grade, they got to play that team, and they won by 5 points. And they, you know, they had a player, this sounds so mean because they're just little kids, but they had a player that did go over to that team after, not last season, but the season before. Because, you know, he thought he was a bit better than, well, not him, but his parents thought he was a bit better than the kids he was playing with. And, yeah, he he was on, yeah, so he'd played with all those kids, and so it was like just a very sweet victory. Everyone played really, really well. They just put in the extra effort, I think, because they were competitive for those reasons, and it paid off. On Friday, I did get my tattoo, which is really cool. Should I show you guys or not? I don't know if I should show. I'll show you guys what I got. It's healing really well. It's just up to the itchy, flaky stage at the moment. Alright. So yeah, excuse me, because it's itchy and flaky. Sorry for bumping. It's this one here. It's that one. Oh, this one here. Yeah, so I love it. It was really good to catch up with Kat, who does my tattoos. She's been, so I actually have had this one booked in for 6 months, and I was meant to get it in January, and I was unwell. So we had the fires, and I get asthma, and my asthma was just like way too out of control, and Kat said, no, we're not doing this now. You know, concerned about how my immune system would be affected and all of that. The tattoo would heal, and whether I'd be able to sit the whole time because of my asthma. And she said, look, it's not worth it to just let's just reschedule. And I had a few things on. I was happy to reschedule. It was fine. And then we rescheduled to February, and then she messaged me, and she said she had to get surgery. It was a bit unexpected. She wasn't sure, like she thought that she might need to get a couple of surgeries, or like it was explained to her that probably her issue wouldn't be fixed the first time, so she wasn't sure when she'd be back tattooing. We rescheduled again, and then she did have to go in for a second surgery, so she wasn't well enough to get back tattooing then. And then yeah, she just messaged me a few weeks ago and said, I'm back. So yeah, it was really good to catch up with her and hear all about her life at home and what had been happening and in her world. And yeah, it was really, really nice. And she did say, because she doesn't own the shop, so the owner, Donnie, he kept her station, her tattooing station for her while she was off for 5 months. And she said she just knows now, like, that's where she's gonna stay, so that's really good. I've got some rework booked in with her in a few weeks, so you might have seen that I had an old tattoo that wasn't really in the same style. That's going to get reworked by her. We're going to be doing, we were talking about those glitter tattoos, and she's like, we could actually do that because of the way that the previous, like the one that's already there that I was done, but the way it was previously done would lend itself really well to that style. And I'm really excited for that one. And to see how it turns out. I just trust her. Like, I've got a few tattoos by her now. And some quite large pieces, and I have never been disappointed. I just trust her with how it's gonna turn out well. So if I mentioned in my first WIP Chat about like this time of year is Twin Peaks season, and that's a Twin Peaks tattoo, so I love Twin Peaks so much. And I've got a couple of Twin Peaks tattoos, so I've got that one. I wanted to get Meanwhile underneath, but I was told that it wouldn't age well, which was really bizarre. But maybe I can talk to Kat, because I've got a space on the back of my arm now, and we were talking about different ideas of what to do, because it's like a long space. It's like that long, and it runs up the back of my arm. She had some really good ideas, like a stack of books, like some crystals. I suggested roses, and then she said, well, what about like death lilies or something like that? That would really like suit the vibe of everything. I'm like, yes, that sounds good too. So yeah, there's so many ideas. She was like, oh, what about potion bottles? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I had already thought about potion bottles. I want them on my legs. So yeah, but now that I'm thinking about it, I could get Meanwhile in script up the back of my arm. That would look cool. I don't have anything like that. I've just got so many ideas. Like, I want to get a mermaid on my leg as well. And I'd like to get a dragon somewhere. But yeah, I can't believe this is my, like, I'm late 30s and this is my first skull. I don't have that many tattoos really. I think I've got like, I don't know, 15? I don't know, something like that. Something in that ballpark. I tend to go like a few years without getting any, and then I'll get a few, and then I'll go a few years without getting more, and yeah. So I'm excited about that, about all of that stuff. What else has been happening? Oh, so it's getting really cold here in Melbourne. We've had a lot of rain as well. And I was showing you guys some photos of some mushrooms that I took last time, and I was saying about how, like, I would never just eat a mushroom off the side of the road. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never pick a mushroom and just eat it, because I don't feel confident identifying anything. This is going to sound so bad, but I was watching a documentary about, or like, you know, something about Erin Patterson. She is the mushroom killer from Leongatha, and apparently to identify the death cap mushrooms, like, surely everyone's heard about this, by the way. If you don't know about it, like, look it up, because it's fascinating if you like true crime. And especially more so fascinating that, you know, I'm very familiar with that town, that small town of Leongatha. I lived not far from there at one point in my life. My family still do live out that way. Yeah, so she used, anyway, I went off on a bit of a tangent. She used that iNaturalist app to identify the death cap mushrooms. But when I was watching whatever I was watching about it, and I heard about that, and I'm like, that app sounds really cool. So I downloaded it, and I've had it downloaded on my phone for a while, but I thought, okay, well, those photos that I posted on my last WIP Chat video, I put up on iNaturalist, and people were able to, they responded and they identified those mushrooms for me. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. There was like common field mushrooms. There was, I don't know what they're called. Not fly agaric. They were the Amanita. Is that how you say it? I don't know. They were in that family anyway. yeah, so I've been going out and I've been taking photos and posting them up there, and it's been really fun. It's been like actually like collecting them, you know. That's how it feels. I'll go for a walk and I'll be like, I haven't seen that before. I haven't caught this one yet, and so I'll take a photo of it and I'll upload it, and it's just so much fun. So that's been really good to get me out of the house, get me walking and learning, and I've been really really pleased with that. I will continue that until the mushrooms are no longer popping up. They're everywhere at the moment where I am, but the season's probably not far from over, I would say. And I'll have to think of something else. You can upload whatever. It's not just for mushrooms. So you can do like wildlife, you can do plant life, insects. So I think maybe the next one that I'll go around, and it will be a good time of year to do it, will be like, I might do some plants. I'd like to do flowers. I'd like to do blooms as well, to identify the different blooms, especially because I don't live pretty close to the beach, and there's some plants down by the beach that I want to know what they are. There's a lot of, where I live, there's a lot of pig face down there, which is just beautiful. And then there's like they're not Boronias, but they look like Boronias. And yeah, just what looks like rosemary when it blooms as well. Yeah, so that's just what I'm thinking off the top of my head. It's also been really good to actually see what the pictures that other people in the area are taking, especially of the wildlife. So someone took a photo of a bandicoot today right near my house, which is just lovely. I mean, I have seen koalas, wallabies, echidnas. See a lot of echidnas, blue-tongued lizards around my place. Yeah, I've never seen a bandicoot. I think they're quite rare, just generally, so that would be really, really cool. I'll keep my eye on that. Maybe update you guys next week if I see anything else cool on the app or in person. Oh, I've seen a lot of owls and like birds and stuff around here too, so you can tell I'm getting older. I'm getting excited by birds and mushrooms. Yeah, whatever. In terms of what I've been watching, I was talking about Hannibal last time because I've got Stan and Hannibal's on Stan. And I don't know. I watched the first episode and I just could not get into it. I don't know, I think it was more the style, like the way it was. I didn't like the main character. Something about the main character I didn't like, and then the style that it was filmed in, or like, not that it was filmed in, it was more like the storytelling style I was not too fond of. So I watched 3/4 of the first episode and turned it off. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. There's plenty of good things that I want to watch. So I've got access to HBO. It's not my HBO, but I forgot I had access to it. So I was able to log into that and I found some stuff that I wanted to watch. I started The Night Of, which I'm really, really enjoying. So that's an 8-part series, and I'm up to the 8th. I'm up to the final. Sorry guys, still having that issue with the headphones turning off mid open chat. Anyway, yeah, I'm up to the last episode of that now. But what's been really fun is I've been watching that with my friend. We've been sort of like turning it on around the same time and then commenting about it while like together while we watch it, like taking photos of our TV and then like saying this or that, and you know what we think is going to happen and bits that we like thought were funny or whatever. And that's been a lot of fun to do it that way. But I'm just waiting for my friend to be ready to watch the last episode of that. Our schedules haven't lined up for the last few days. And I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I would like to watch, I think I want to watch Deadwood next, even though I've seen like 3 seasons of that, I think, but I never finished it, so I would like to just sit down and watch that all the way through. And Game of Thrones is still on my list. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've been told to like, if you do watch it, just expect it's going to be really good at the start and it's going to get bad at like towards the end. So I don't know, I'm not so excited to watch that now. I heard that, but I feel like I'm just missing out on so many references, like pop culture references and things like that, if I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I probably will watch it. It's just I know that I've got to commit. It's, yeah, doesn't it go for ages? I don't know. That's something else I can look forward to when I'm finished watching that. In terms of movies, I saw a really good movie the other night called Undertone. I think I've mentioned before that I love horror, but I like quirky sort of horror, or like my favorite like subgenre of horror is folk horror. So like The Witch is probably my favorite, very close to my favorite horror movie. Australia has come out with some really great horror movies as well in recent years. So it's not so recent, but The Babadook is one of my other favorite movies, one of the most scariest movies I have ever seen in my whole entire life. But I love it. And my son actually dressed up as the Babadook for Halloween one year, and he looked so creepy. Oh, that was so scary. And he scared a lot of children in the neighborhood, which was, yeah, it was quite funny. Anyway, the Babadook is one. Talk to Me was great, and by extension, what is it? Bring Her Back. I liked Talk to Me better. I've spoken to a lot of people that liked Bring Her Back better. But yeah, I love those sorts of movies. Men, I really enjoyed. So like other folk horror, like The Wicker Man, Men. I said The Witch, didn't I? I'm blanking now. Caliber, The Ritual. Anyway, I said all that, but Undertone is not a folk horror movie. But it was creepy and it was like a little bit different. So yeah, if you're into really scary stuff, definitely I recommend that. If you guys can like think of anything that you think I might, if you're into the same sort of horror movies and you think I might be interested in something, please recommend it in a comment. I'm always looking for new good horror movies to watch. I'm just a bit fussy, I guess, and it's hard to find good horror these days. I've also watched last night, I watched A Clockwork Orange again. I hadn't seen that, I think, in like 20 years. I really enjoyed watching that again, and it was easy to diamond paint too because I've seen it so many times. Yeah, I didn't really need to look at the screen, even though you'd be, if you had never seen it and you weren't looking at the screen, you're really missing out because it is visually very striking. And maybe it's hard, maybe if you haven't seen it before, it might be hard to follow along with the narration because, yeah, the language is different than what, you know, probably used to. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching that again after so many years. It was quite good. I never finished that movie that I mentioned in my last WIP Chat, the Icelandic movie. I forget what it was called. I never finished that. So I'm going to have to go and finish that one at some point, maybe tonight. I don't know. Oh, I pour a few out. So in terms of YouTube, so tomorrow I'll be watching Naomi's live. So that starts at 10:30 Melbourne time on House of Miscellanea channel, YouTube channel. And then on Saturday I watched the live where she gave away prizes for the Gods and Goddesses event. I didn't win on Saturday, but that's okay. I've had lots of luck recently. So I've got 2 trays on the way. I've won 2 trays recently. One from Ephemera 3D. They didn't print it though, so I understand one of Naomi's subscribers sorry, can't talk, 3D printed it, but Ephemera 3D put like free, what are they called, like patterns, or not patterns, like cross stitch, I don't know, whatever, put free plans that you could download on some website so you could 3D print it. So I've got that coming. It's silver. I want to use that tray for Mothman, so I'm waiting, but I won't receive that until after the event in case I win other stuff from the event. They won't be shipped out anytime soon. And I won another tray from Black Dahlia Diamond Art. I've never tried them before, just I don't know if they usually post to Australia. I wanted to order off them. Like, I've had vouchers and stuff from there that I've won in events before. Oops, I'm trying to put this on upside down. But with postage, like, it just wasn't worth getting things posted to Australia. But the owner of the shop, Shell, she contacted me and she said that because it was a prize that I won, she would ship it out for free. So that's like more than the tray is probably worth. So I'm really appreciate that. I love that. So if you're overseas, definitely share the love. I thought that was really nice. So I've got that coming. I finished Manny, King of, oh my goodness, not King or Queen, God of the Moon. I was completing that canvas for the Gods and Goddesses event. Finished that one, and this one will qualify, so this is going to be my second canvas for that event. I'm hoping I finish it. It's huge. Like, when I took this out of the box, I hadn't unrolled it I'd opened it up for the toolkit and for the treasure quest card, but I hadn't unrolled the canvas until last night. And I was honestly like, a bit intimidated by the size of this one. I have done a few this size or bigger, but just because it's an event canvas, or it's like what I'm completing for an event, it's like I feel a little bit of pressure to get it done. Even though the event doesn't require a finish, something in me needs to just separate month by month. So I don't know, it just makes it neater in my brain. Oops. Oh, that one can go to the graveyard. Yeah, so just bear with me, I'm trying to get this on the line here. So I don't have any other events lined up after Gods and Goddesses, which finishes at the end of next month. I'm really enjoying them though, so I might start looking for something else. I'm just enjoying like diamond painting along with people at the moment, especially since I'm not working. I might start looking for work soon. I know that I say that every video, that I'm like next week, but I'm not going to look for work for the next 2 weeks. School holidays is coming up next week, and I'm just going to have both the kids at home with me. I've got some stuff planned. We're going to go to the pool, we're going to go to Crystal World, both of the kids are really interested in seeing the different rocks and fossils and things that they have there, and I am too, honestly. So yeah, we've got some stuff lined up for the school holidays, so I'm not going to look for work until they're back, but later in the week I'm catching up with people from my old job. Like, I've been messaging them and stuff since I left, and it sounds like nothing's changed. It's at the same place. I mean, exactly what I was expecting, but it just reaffirms my decision to leave. I don't have regrets or anything like that. Well, I do. I wish I had used up all of my sick leave before I left. Do regret that, not dragging that out, but anyway. Other than that, I'm happy doing what I'm doing for the time being. I'm meant to start up uni in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm ready to go back. I've been thinking a lot about, the reasons, my intentions for doing anything, and what I want out of life right now. And I think that, the satisfaction is what motivates me with that, the personal achievement and feeling satisfied by the end result of achieving a master's degree. And I think that's my main motivation. I'm really reluctant to go into any sort of work where, you're working in community services, because it's a struggle for resources these days, especially housing is a big one. Having said that, I've got to do something with my time. So I think I'm just going to start it and see what happens. I'd like to sort of I'm interested in working in education. So whether I work in a school or something like that, I hopefully get some placement in a school when that comes up. And the other things that I've been thinking about doing is cleaning up. So in terms of the YouTube channel, I've been thinking, well, I need to clean up this van. Like, I've got stuff everywhere. So I've got my recycling bin has been full, so I've been getting deliveries and having nowhere to put the broken down boxes. So I've got a bunch in here that I need to get rid of. I've got birthday presents that I'm hiding in here as well. And I want to redo like how I'm storing my completed canvases. So I store them all under the bed in the caravan, which is fine. It's a good storage spot, but I want to roll them up together and store them that way, I think. So what I was thinking, I don't know if I'll do it because it's going to be a big undertaking, but there's a couple of videos, if I do a proper clean out of the caravan, there's a couple of videos that I'd like to make. So I'd like to make one to show you the space that I'm working in when I'm doing these crafts in, because I always like seeing how other people have their setups. And the other one I was thinking of doing is like a video just showing all of my completed canvases. But I don't know, I'm just trying not to put too much pressure on myself, and the thought of those videos just seem big. If I had my stash in my house, I could easily do a stash video, I think, but I don't have my stash in my house and it's just really cramped for space, so I'm not even thinking of stash video until I've at least cleaned up. Oh no, I'm popping drills. This grid is, it's not overly tight, it's fine, it's just my placement with the really big 12 placer. I'm not very good at it yet. It reminds me of so I've got this, like, I can't reach it from here, I won't grab it, I'll show it in another video, but I've got a multi-placer from Diamond Painting Daily. I've actually got two of them. They're over on Etsy. I don't think they ship to Australia, but I won it in an event and I got like a whole prize pack come out with like some like weird multi-placer things, and they actually work, but they take a lot of practice. Should I try it? Maybe I should grab it and try it. Just give me 1 second. Alright, you don't know how long that just took me. So this is the thingy, I forget what it's called. It's from Diamond Painting Daily. And I was sent this stuff here, which is like double-sided tape. And I put that on the edge here. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm not very good at this, so don't take this as like, if it doesn't work out, don't take it like a bad review of the product or anything. It's just, it's user error. You do that. That's not too bad. There's only one that's sticking up there. Yeah, so it is handy. This one actually is really good if when your hand is getting sore from multi-placing, just to have a different grip. See, I'm gonna stuff this one up. So I'm not very good at it, but as you can see, the first one worked. It was just my fine motor skills just not working out for that one. Yeah, so it's really using the long multiplacer is a bit of a learning curve. I didn't think I would struggle this much, if I'm honest with you. Oh my god. And look, I said I was drinking wine, but I've had one sip of wine. It's not the wine doing this. But yeah. Anyway, I'm coming up to, what, 50 minutes. Don't have a lot more to say. Next week will be fun. School holidays. I should get a chance to film on the Tuesday next week, I would say. We're not going anywhere. Got nothing really much planned. Just, yeah. And the kids can entertain themselves for an hour or two while I'm filming, so it's not going to be a big deal. I've got another unboxing to come out. What else? So I've got that coming up. Probably put that up at the end of the week or over the weekend. And yeah, that's about it. Alright guys, well, if you've stayed to the end, thank you for staying with me while I just rambled away. I just was quite off topic for a lot of that. Easily distracted. I think I'm getting hungry for my dinner. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Please give me a like and a follow and all of that if you liked the video and you'd like to see more. And I hope you completed what you hoped you would finish in this just under an hour. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.